not been to Minnesota in probably 20 years.
Bring gas. Welcome to Flagrant Howls, a Minnesota Timberwolves lifestyle podcast.
Anybody got any Timberwolves news?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Sports Dad.
Wow. How did I do that?
It's crazy.
Like a ventriloquist.
You are like a ventriloquist. Can you do the ventriloquist thing? Can you speak without moving your...
No, I won't even try.
Hey, it's Dad. It's Sports Dad.
Your mouth always moves. It's the
Sports Dad.
Get Barney. Yeah, just get Barney in.
How long until your new dog Barney Zolgad is just being used as a prop for your takes on these podcasts?
I wouldn't exploit Barney like that. He's going to negotiate his own deal to deliver his hot sports takes and help support.
Does he have an hourly rate or like a show rate, or what's his?
It depends on the show.
It's a contract.
That's right.
Flagrant Howls, because he is a point guard himself. Flagrant Howls will not be cheap. I mean,
he doesn't howl. He hasn't barked yet in the 2 days since you've had.
He's a quiet leader.
Okay.
He's got a presence in the locker room. He doesn't need to talk. He's got so much street cred.
Any flagrant fouls though? Anything that would not even, it might not be howling. Any flagrant fouls though? Has there been any problems? Potties in the house?
Has he pooped in the house?
Yeah.
Not yet, but he's so small. The poops aren't really. They're very small. So like if he does, it'll be fine.
Not quite like his dad. You know what I'm saying?
Or Stella.
So some latest Wolves news here. As we're getting into the. Like August, September is really the only downtime on the NBA. The NBA's done a really good job trying to spread their calendar out like the NFL has. But I'm curious to see what the Sports Dad's level of panic is for this one. Or maybe you're more elated because this kind of hits on two different hot buttons for you. So Donte DiVincenzo, who's a member of Team Italy for international play, he will not play Eurobasket this summer. Which, if you stop the headline there, I know that you'd be very happy because you hate it when basketball, hockey, like the risk of playing internationally. Yeah,
just train.
Well, the problem is, it sounds like he won't be able to train much either because, and I'm getting the summation of this from Bring Me the News. Donte DiVincenzo appears to have aggravated the turf toe injury that knocked him out of the Timberwolves lineup for 6 weeks last season. And the injury will prevent him from playing for the Italian national team this summer. Quote from DiVincenzo in a video that he made for fans: "Unfortunately, I'm sorry I will not be able to join the national team this summer due to a physical issue over the last few days that forced me to make this difficult decision. My goal remains the same. It remains with the journey of winning a championship for the the journey of Italian basketball going forward with the World Cup, the Olympics in the future, and for a very, very long time with Italian basketball. I just wanted to show my commitment, send my best of luck to the team, and we'll see you all soon." So Johnny Krasinski from The Athletic said, "I'm told the Wolves see this as more of a precaution. There's not yet concern about his readiness for the upcoming season, but we know that turf toe injuries, whether it's just like mild aggravations or the full-on turf toe, those tend to be weeks, if not months sometimes, not day-to-day things." So what is your level of panic at this point, Judd?
Okay, not knowing a thing about it other than the fact that it's now a reoccurring problem. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at a 7. I don't like this. This is a basketball problem. Like this is not, you don't play through this. This is not and if he aggravated it again, my questions, I guess, are what happened, and we don't know this, what is the level of the aggravation? But I mean, I am banking on Donte starting training camp here. There's going to be no trade made, right? He's had a year now. Mm-hmm. His 2 years ago now with the Knicks would indicate that he could be a very effective player. Like in my opinion, if the Wolves are going to be successful, Donte DiVincenzo coming off the bench probably is still going to play a very instrumental role. But of all the things, like, in basketball, you can have some knee irritation. That's not good. But, fingers, things like that. I would say turf toe and actually in basketball, plantar fasciitis. Anything to do with the feet really concerns me because you can't play through it. Like there's no, I'll hobble along. Yeah. So
Yeah, if
I'm
you're
at
like
a
a
7.
hitter,
I'm
if you're
at
like
a
a
7.
hitter in baseball,
Yeah.
we'll just DH you and
Yeah.
excuse me, you kind of figure it
It
out.
hurts.
If you're a quarterback in football, like Lamar Jackson, okay, we're going to take away your legs, but you can still like drop back and throw the ball. Yeah, basketball, soccer, there's some positions in football where it's like, yeah, if you've got a serious foot injury or toe injury, I think I worry. You say it's like a 7. I'm like a 7, 7.5 in terms of this is now a recurring thing,
Right.
and it's
Correct.
twice within one calendar year. They do, I think, have the depth to if they had to go a certain chunk of time without DiVincenzo to start the year. Let's say this thing leaks in and he misses the first month. Okay, that just means more of some of the players that we've wanted to see more of anyways, right? Terrence Shannon or TJ Shannon. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. Jalen Clark, maybe a little more Rob Dillingham, but not ideal. Not ideal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and I guess this goes beyond sports. Anything with the head and back, whether it's your favorite athlete or a loved one, those are the two where you're like, oh God, your brain, which is number one with a bullet, and then a back. Like those are scary, legitimate, scary injuries that are gonna put you in a really tough spot. A toe for a basketball player, this is not just trying to play through some like Phil. I fired up the first episode of Unreal on WWE yesterday with the behind the scenes. They're really legitimately going in this business. And Rhea Ripley is showing her AC joint, like, being all effed up, and she didn't want to get surgery because it takes her about 6 months, and if she rehabs, she can, like, get by with it here and there, and you can like, see, it doesn't take a medical doc to, like, oh my God, look at that thing. She can take the bumps and go along with it. But, like, a big toe for Donte, who also, by the way, like, in terms of guys that need their stock to rise, like he's near the top of the list going into this season after a really shaky regular season and, more importantly, awful postseason. So the timing of the injury too is just, it sticks.
That is one thing. I think he's going to be fine once he gets back healthy. And then I do worry about re-aggravation again. But you were kind of hoping that even if he does play Eurobasket, that all right, at least he knows what team he's playing for going into the season. He's built up some chemistry, and now he can kind of just settle in. And the fact that he's going to lose, it sounds like several weeks of whatever he was going to be doing physically, working out, playing for Team Italy, he will have to rest and then knock some rust off probably come September, October, and November.
Yeah, I'm just concerned that he got back on the floor and clearly something happened again. And so I guess my question now is how easily does he have the potential when training camp starts? Let's say he's set to go at training camp. How easily does he have a potential of re-aggravating it then? I also now am curious, was this a problem in the playoffs? Like, did he try to play through it?
Was he grinding through it? Yeah.
I mean he looked extraordinarily bad, and his previous playoffs with the Knicks would indicate he's not a choker in the playoffs. So, like, what's the why there? And if that was this, and he tried to play through it, and then he tried to take some time off and got back on the floor, from the day it happened, now my question is this: has it ever felt good again?
Yeah, because he was from that Knicks game where the Knicks came into Target Center like a month into the season or a month and a half, whatever it was, and just absolutely embarrassed the Timberwolves. And DiVincenzo was terrible to that point in the season, started to find his shot in that game. They left him out there in garbage time. And from that point going forward, he shot like 43 or 44% from three until the end of the regular season. But then in the playoffs, and it was a fairly large sample size over the course of, a month and a half of playoff action, and he shot 31% from three and only 36% from the field. Was that just an epic shooting slump over a month and a half, or was something physically off that he just hasn't? He doesn't seem like a guy that makes a lot of excuses.
That's what I was
He seems like a guy that
yes.
I love that. He's kind of shove it down a little bit, and he seems old school in that regard.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me as a guy that would come out, after the playoffs end and say, "Hey guys, come here, come to my locker. I was a physical mess, and that's why I stunk." And the thing too about Donte to keep in mind is he was not like some type of throw-in in the Towns trade. He was in my opinion, a very important part. And with that contract and with his skill set, when he is at full health, I mean, he should be expected to, and I think he can be a key contributor here. So it's not like if it goes sideways now, oh, well, that's too bad. Julius is still here. it's an issue. So yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about it.
We have a nugget. A few days ago, Shaq on his podcast absolutely torched Rudy Gobert again, and we haven't done an episode since that came out. We will get to that in a moment here. Who wants more Timberwolves news? And an Ethan Casson thing here. A shout out to one of the best places if you're looking for one of the best burgers in town, Parlor, and they have other great food as well, John.
Absolutely fantastic. Exactly right. And I've been telling you for a long time now about the one in St. Paul, which is right down from the newly named Grand Casino Arena. I've been telling you and talking up the one in the North Loop, and believe me, both those are great locations. But how about this one in the midst of summer? If you are going out on the lake and you are going to be in Excelsior, check out the new Parlor in Excelsior. It's a perfect way to cap a day. As Phil said, the Parlor burger, well known. The food is fantastic too. The chicken sandwich, don't sleep on that. We're talking craft cocktails. We are talking a great time out in Excelsior. So check it out and make sure that you add that because, quite frankly, it's this. It's a basketball show here, but it's a hat trick of Parlors. You got a hat trick. You got St. Paul, North Loop, and now Excelsior.
You're not stubbing your toe. You're not stubbing your toe at Parlor. You're sitting
be
down. Be careful
on the boat,
nice,
though.
Yeah.
Don't stub your toe on the boat.
That's a different
that's
thing.
dangerous. I've done that.
Rest your big toe and enjoy a Parlor burger.
What would MSP Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning would be? It's like the Anthony Edwards of HVAC companies in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, well, I mean, you go home too. So like you spend the day outside in the sun. It's great. You go to Parlor, you get a delicious drink and burger, and you come home and your AC is wheezing and coughing. It's not going well, and it's one of those hot and steamy days. Well, guess what? Don't allow that to happen. It's as simple as this. $49 from our friends at MSP. You are going to get an AC tune-up, and that tune-up is going to make sure that for the remainder of summer, because believe me, the heat's coming back in August at some point, that your air conditioner is working at 100%. Contact them, 651-615-4292, or call MSP.com. Don't wait until it's too late and they're backed up. Do it now while it's nice outside, so when it's not, you are as comfortable as can be. Call MSP.com.
More Timberwolves news. So, old Shaquille O'Neal on the Big Podcast, his podcast, made it clear once again that he doesn't rock with Rudy Gobert. Here's the quote. "I effing hate Rudy Gobert," Shaq stated on his podcast. "He's making $250 million and he doesn't deserve it. As the president of the Big Man Alliance, you making big money? You play like a big man. That's it. Throw some bows. Knock some people out. Don't let little white dudes from Denver dunk on you and talk to you." Is it Christian Brown he's talking about, I think? Christian Brown dunk on him? Okay.
Yes, I think he did.
Then you got to grab them by the neck at the last second. If you're going to get paid big money, play big, Shaq said. So he continues his multi-year tirade on TNT, on his podcast, pretty much anywhere he has a microphone, teeing off on Rudy Gobert. What are your thoughts?
What's the most Shaq made in a year? Because the only thing I can think of is that this is purely financial, right? Like,
but it's like a different era, you know?
I know, but like, what's the? I guess here's my question on Gobert. What's the deal with Gobert? Like the animosity that you would have thought that this guy belongs in jail with the way he is talked about and treated. Like he was a serious. It's incredible.
So Shaq was making big money before you had the strict parameters on like Supermax and Max.
The Garnett type of thing, right?
Well, yeah, so Garnett's contract came. Like there were like no restrictions then, right? He signed that contract, and then they put in some more strict salary cap restrictions, and I don't remember the exact evolution of them when they put the max and the super max limits on play. So they have a salary cap, and then they have like a player cap underneath that. I know Declan can iron all this out for us in detail on a later episode, including the aprons. No, okay.
Give me a second apron.
No.
At Parlor. Hey, Parlor, do you have a second apron?
Yeah.
But Shaq in 2004-05 with the Heat, Shaq was making $28 million 20 years ago. And Rudy's making like $35 million right now. So like relative to relative to what the dollar was worth 20 years ago, Shaq made more money. But yeah, Shaq in his career made under $300 million. He's fine, I think. Unless he's not. But it does he brings up money all the time with Gobert.
Yeah, he does.
But I would be curious to know, because Shaq played in the era of Dikembe Mutombo. He played in the era of Tyson Chandler, who were those were kind of like, 12, 13 points a game. They weren't going to give you a ton offensively. Shaq would give you 30 every night and the rebounding and the block shots. So to me, Rudy Gobert he's not in the Shaq bin. No one's putting him in the Shaq bin. It's like Shaq is mad at a make-believe group of people that are comparing him to Shaq. It's like, bro, no one is questioning who the better player is at that position historically. It's you. You're the better player, Shaq.
Yeah.
Like Rudy is in the group of rebounding, shot blocking specialists who could score a little bit close to the hoop, the Mutombos, the Tyson Chandlers, and you could say Rudy's like right. I think it would probably go Mutombo, and then Rudy would be next, and then Tyson Chandler had a nice little 15+ year, whatever it was, career too.
But is this Gobert's lack of titles? Is it perceived his softness? Because it does seem like guys who like to play the game on the edge can't stand him. Draymond, right? He can't stand him. I mean, Shaq was a tough.
Well, he's French. He's not a.
No, I know, but I'm
different personality.
Doesn't the amount of hate, and I'm not even defending him, but doesn't the amount of hate expressed at Gobert, like on the scale of hatred, not make sense?
Yeah, it is. There's something about his personality. There might be a little French arrogance that he kind of comes off as a little aloof and maybe a little arrogant sometimes. I think, Shaq had great hands too. Like he was a big man, very
like
athletic,
you said, no
300-pounder.
No one's debating these two.
And so like there's flaws in Rudy's game, but it is weird. It's all like when I listen to Shaq talk about Gobert, it's almost like he's jealous. So maybe there's a money aspect to it. But Shaq, if you happen to stumble into Flagrant Howls, your favorite Timberwolves lifestyle podcast here this summer, there are 0 people in the world, including in Rudy Gobert's family, that think that he is on par with Shaquille O'Neal. Basketball skills, productivity, all those things. So it's weird. All anyone has ever said about Gobert is he's a really good defensive big who has major limitations offensively. And it's almost like Shaq is mad that Shaq thinks Gobert should be a better offensive player. But Gobert doesn't have hands. He's not like he's not like agile.
Are there possibly like behind the scenes things we don't know about too? Like it just I don't remember. Like I would consider Gobert to be sort of pretty bland. Like he's a fine player, but he's just a pretty bland, and he talks a lot post game, but it's never inflammatory, and it's always just fine. Yeah. So it feels like the hatred is coming from a place that I don't like. There's a missing piece of the story, and no one ever tells us what that is. They just say, "I effing hate Gobert."
I mean, that's like all the ways you could feel about Gobert. I think we're all kind of in the bin of really good defensive player, drives you a little crazy with some of the fumbled passes and just the awkwardness. But we and probably a little underrated in some ways because the value he brings defensively isn't always showing up in a box score with a rebound or a block shot. It's like the things that don't happen because he's out there. So there's the level of like understanding kind of who he is as a player. But then the next level would be like, I don't like Gobert. I don't think he's a good basketball player. Okay. The next level above that would be, I hate Gobert. Shaq is at the I effing hate Gobert. He's not worth the money that he makes, and he's a P word, essentially, right?
Your point about that's a great point, though, about Shaq and the finances thing. Because for a guy who should be a billionaire, I wonder, I mean, it just...
What is his net worth? What's it, Shaq?
I mean, my God, he's still got some great jobs, so
he makes millions a year on TNT.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I mean, he might be a billionaire. It's just a weird thing.
His estimated net worth. And also, like, by the way, there's a great Shaq is featured in, I think it's Netflix. Or is it Peacock? Oh, it's on one of these streaming platforms. He essentially has helped take over and to revive Reebok's basketball department.
Yeah.
And they bring in Allen Iverson, who had a lifetime deal, but like Reebok basketball, I think Adidas bought Reebok 20 years ago, and they basically just like sunset the basketball shoe department.
No kidding.
Love
So he's involved in the reboot of Reebok, a bunch of other businesses. His net worth is around $500 million, according to
Sounds right.
the internet.
So yeah,
Rudy
so
Gobert in his basketball career, and he's got a bunch of endorsements too, has made to this point $261 million. Shaq made just under $300 million. So I think by any way you measure it, like Shaq made more money in his NBA career 20 and 30 years ago.
Yep.
And his net worth is $500 million. It's weird. It's weird. It'd be one thing if here's why he drives me nuts, but like the vitriol that he speaks with is just
it feels like Gobert in today's game is more despised than Bill Laimbeer was with the bad boy Pistons. And Bill Laimbeer, I loved him, but he was despicable.
But what's funny is a guy like Shaq would probably speak with, like in the moment, everyone hated Laimbeer because he was that guy, right? But like when you zoomed out, the guys that played against him were kind of respected him because he was hard nosed.
Yeah,
it's like okay. So I don't know, Shaq. I think we get it. We get it at this point. Who wants more Timberwolves news? Nice little soft landings for both Ryan Tanke, the Timberwolves former COO, and Ethan Casson, the Timberwolves former CEO, who just ran into a mommy and daddy are fighting situation. They were Glenn Taylor's guys running that business for many years, and then Mark and Alex came in. They actually helped kind of broker that connection between, at first, Glenn Taylor and Mark and Alex, and then that relationship at the billionaire level went sideways. And Ethan and Ryan had to figure out, all right, how do we navigate this? Well, Glenn's their boss, so there was a fracture in the organization. They part ways amicably, and Ryan Tanke winds up, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, he winds up with the Houston Rockets as their COO. And yesterday it was announced that Ethan Casson is now the president of the Dallas Mavericks. So they both go to Texas, 3 hours apart. Now, president of the Mavericks, coming off not even a half a year since that Luka trade, that's a tough job. That team's going to be good, and they luckboxed their way into Cooper Flagg with the number 1 pick. But Ethan was asked at a press conference, or it was the Sports Business Journal, I guess, about just the temperature of the fan base right now in Dallas. And Ethan said, I'll describe it this way. I want to meet fans where they are. So if they're in the, hey, we're enthusiastic about the future mode, awesome. Tell me why you love the team and how I can contribute to enhance that enthusiasm. And if you're in the camp of, I'm still really disappointed, I can't believe that trade happened, great. I will meet you where you are. Tell us how we can change that feeling on your behalf.
Yes, which means we will never allow our GM to be quoted again. Nico Harrison's about to be mothballed.
Yeah.
Because
but
fans
now it's
hate
like,
him.
dude, but they might be really good this year. Like
Yeah.
if Anthony
Well,
Davis stays healthy and Cooper Flagg is good.
And I guess part of this thing is one of their chief executives, according to what Patrick wrote in his column yesterday, one of their chief executives is peeling off himself to try to get them a new arena.
Okay.
Because they want to, I think, go out to the burbs and build a Maverickville. So, like, this is the thing now, man.
Mavsville, USA.
Like, this is the thing. You don't just build a building now. You build a building that's surrounded by things that you own and property that you own.
So do you think right now, just we can have a fuller discussion about this maybe in the next few months. If the Wolves build a new arena right now, gut feeling, is it in Minneapolis or is it in a suburb?
I think it's in a suburb. I don't think if Minneapolis bent over backwards to help them, I think it would stay there. But I think they're going to make an attempt. I think Alex and Mark are going to make what appears to be a very good faith attempt to stay. And I don't think the city council is going to approve enough. Like, they want, let's say that they'll build the building, which is awesome. But they're going to need infrastructure help. Like, it's the exact same thing on a bigger scale of what the soccer team tried to get behind Target Field on the farmer's market site that Betsy Hodges said, we're not going to help you with the land.
Old bike lane, Betsy.
Yeah. But I mean, they're not, do you see
we have enough
the
bike
city?
lanes? I feel like we have plenty of bike lanes
We have
now.
plenty
right?
of bike lanes, and it's amazing because there's amazing infrastructure for bike lanes, yet we're still on the road.
what we
River
need to
Parkway.
do?
There's a no. I'm solving this right now. There's 2 amazing bike lanes that they have built along the entire river, and I still have Schwinn Armstrong in the middle of the road blocking my car because you think you have the right of way to the road.
With his
And then
Tour
there's a
de
4-way
France-
stop. You're gonna go
with his-
right through that. There's too many damn bike lanes. It drives me insane.
No. There's. I think I'm fine with the bike lanes. But I'm with you. Hey, biker, go to the bike lane.
Go to the bike lane.
It was built for you. Go to the bike lane.
My favorite is in the summer when they ride around in packs like they're on the tour. And they all got their bike outfits on and their helmets on, and they're spilling out into the middle of the road. And it's like, you got to get over. Like, I'm driving here. I'm trying to drive here. You know what I want? I want a summer where we do nothing but repair bike lanes. Just close them all down. Every road's open.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Because then they're going to...
Every road's open.
No.
But bike lanes...
Seriously, they'll close the one lane. It's down to one lane, and then they have the two construction people with the small stop signs waving the one pack of bike go by. I had a great Larry David moment a number of years ago. Same rant the judges had. I have since gained more of a respect for the Lance Armstrong biker packs because I've realized that more of my friends than I thought. I was sitting at a bar with one of my good friends for years and years, and we're catching up on life, drinking a couple cocktails, and this group comes into the bar with their like Lance Armstrong outfits on and their helmets, like 5 or 6 of them, and I was like, it's kind of funny. Like, do you really need to dress up like that to go on? You know, like, what are we doing? Are they biking 200 miles? No, they're just like, they're biking around the city and coming into this bar for a beer. And I just go on this little rant about these little Lance Armstrong wannabe outfits. Like, what are we doing here? Silence for a couple seconds, and he goes, I actually belong to that biker group. Those are my buddies that just walked in. He goes, you should try it, man. It's great. We're going out 50 miles on Saturday. Like, okay.
Okay, so the question is this. Should he have spared you that fact? Like, he
No,
hasn't
I'm
seen,
glad. I'm glad that we connected over
probably
that.
would have just been like, yeah, whatever, yeah.
That is phenomenal.
So anyways, Shaq, calm down on Rudy Gobert. We get it. He has bad hands.
A guy who probably does not bike, at least on like a 10 speed.
Shaq on a bike. That's a great social media account. He could probably make some more money if he put out content like that. Anyways, happy off-season, Wolves fans. We'll be back with some more Wolves news next week here on Flagrant Howls, your favorite Timberwolves lifestyle podcast.